there's no sign of the anti-white racism stopping, while people continue to ignore it or just straight up deny it. So here's yet another example for you to ignore. This person has posted on Twitter, breaking, Coca-Cola is forcing employees to complete online training telling them to try to be less white. These images are from an internal whistleblower. And before I show the images themselves, these are the actual PowerPoint slide presentation from the actual Coca-Cola training seminar. And I've confirmed this because somebody in the comments of this tweet, you can check for yourself if you don't believe me, posted the actual link to the LinkedIn page where this literal seminar can be found. So, before we even click the pictures, let's just talk about this from a concept. Can you imagine what would happen if we created anything that said, try to be less black? Here, take my hand. Let me take you to a world where normalcy does exist, and just imagine, okay? What would fucking happen if anyone at any job for any reason said the words, try to be less black? Lawsuits, riots, the post itself would be banned. If it was a job, the person who created it would be fired. But if it says try to be less white, that's okay. That's okay, because fuck white people, right? What the fuck do they matter? We can insult them in every capacity, in Hollywood, movies, TV shows, video game, job seminars, articles, companies. Everything can be done to insult white people because we have privilege. And black people being defended with this kind of stuff, that's oppression. Man, you know what? Everything we've seen with all the pro-black stuff and all the anti-white stuff and how black people are allowed to do and say whatever they want just because they're black, and white people are basically turning into slaves because we exist and people don't like that anymore. I honestly wish I was oppressed, because all these things are happening, but we're still calling black people oppressed. So you know what? I mean, hell, if this is oppression, please oppress me. I would love nothing more than to be oppressed to the point where I can say whatever I want with no consequence. I want to be please oppress me. Anyway, let's take a look at these slides because they're disgusting. The first one says, confronting racism. The irony. Understanding what it means to be white. Yeah, it's extremely fucking difficult the last 6 years. Everything we do, say, believe in, we are all being told to die with everything. Challenging what it means to be racist. I'd like to challenge this PowerPoint presentation. I would like to encourage everybody to never buy a Coca-Cola product ever again and then see how you do with the money loss. I would like to see you challenge it. Please, challenge it, you fucking bastard. To be less white. Oh, let's take a look at what it means to be less white. Be less oppressive. Yeah. I'm being oppressive by telling you that you're a fucking racist for doing this. And everything else I talk about on my channel, you know? Be less arrogant. So what you're essentially saying is you don't want us to fight back. You see, this is nothing more than a tactic. Hey, white people, when you defend yourself against our constant anti-white racist, you look arrogant. And that makes you racist. So you know what you should do? You should fight back less so that we can oppress you easier because you are oppressing us. That's SJW logic. Be less certain. Yeah. What they're saying here is that when I make videos like this one debunking all this anti-white bullshit, you want me to question myself so that I don't speak up about it because you want me to be less certain. Be less defensive. How? With what white people are going through the last 6-7 years, maybe longer, but the SJW movement, like, there's always been problems, obviously, but I gotta reiterate, because I've said this many times, it's the SJW movement that pushed it, like, overboard, and that started around 2013, 2014. Less defensive? with everything that we go through. I mean, hell, remember a couple years ago when somebody put up a poster on a wall that said, "It's okay to be white"? The intention of that poster was just because of what white people are going through the last decade or less, because of what we're going through, being told that we should die and we're blamed for everything. Somebody put up a poster saying, "Listen, if you're white, it's okay. You're okay. It's okay. You're not evil," all that kind of shit. And the mainstream media called that poster white supremacy. So it's now white supremacy just to tell another white person, pat them on the back and say, "It's okay. You're not evil just for being born white." That's white supremacy, you know? But I mean, if we called it black supremacy because we saw a "it's okay to be black" poster, then that would be okay and all that shit, right? So it's no wonder white people like myself are defensive, because you're blaming us for everything. You want us all to die and take blame for everything that we didn't do or things that happened before we were even born. Fucking pieces of shit. Be more humble. Humble! I am not going to fall into that bullshit, but there are many white people, basically white SJWs, who have bowed down, in many cases literally bowed down to black people and said, "I'm so sorry for things I didn't even do, but you want me to apologize, so I will." Have you seen those videos online? Look them up. There's literally videos of black guys forcing white people to kiss their shoes and apologize for what their ancestors did. I am not going to apologize for what my ancestors did hundreds of years ago. And as I said before, I'll say it again, the reason is simple, because I was not alive during slavery, and the people who were alive during slavery are currently dead. So I have nothing to fucking apologize for. But many of those SJW white people have actually bowed down, kissing their feet and saying, "I'm sorry for things I didn't even do." How much more humble do you want? Again, the real reasoning behind this is you just want us all to fucking lay over and allow you to start another Holocaust where you kill all the white people. Listen. I'll listen to facts. Fuck you. Believe what? Believe your lies that black people are killed more? Believe your lies about all this other bullshit that you pin on white people that we didn't even do? Eat shit. Break with apathy, yeah. Break with white solidarity, no. But regardless, everything has been wrong in this slide. Let's check out this next one. In the US and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. Incorrect. Because of the SJW movement, the mainstream media, Hollywood, and every other big elitist group, including all of commercialism and everything, it's actually black people who are pushed to believe that they are superior, and the reason is because they're black. SJWs literally want to kill off the white race, and you blame us for everything, even things we didn't even fucking do. So don't you fucking lie to me and say that we are inherently superior because we're white. That may have been true hundreds of years ago, but it's certainly not true today. Research, you've done a fucking ounce of research, shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it is better to be white. That's not even the study. I mean, maybe there was a second study, but the study that I think you're referring to is the study that said by 3 or 4, children recognize what skin color is. And you've taken that study, manipulated the words, and said, understanding to be white. So what are you trying to say? That as soon as a kid knows what skin color is, they automatically think white is better? If any child of that age actually believes that, it's because the parents told them it's true, even though it's not. Because people should be equal, but SJWs hate equality, so whatever. But here's the interesting thing about that point. It's fucking bullshit. You know why kids believe this shit? If they do, and if it doesn't come from the parents, it's your fault. SJWs have said over and over and over again that if you're black, you're oppressed, and white people hate you, so you're worthless. And white people, you get everything. White privilege this, white privilege that. You have put it into people's minds deliberately that black people are meant to fail just because they're black. and white people are meant to succeed just because they're white. These are untrue, racist comments, but you say them to make white people feel bad, and in doing so are also manipulating kids to believe this bullshit. You know what you should be treating kids? I know it's very fucking difficult for you, because even if I say the word equality, to you that means hate white people. But let me tell you what you should be teaching kids. Equality. I know what you're going to say. I do that. No. Because to you, equality means hating white people. Here's what equality actually means. You tell your kids that white people and black people are exactly the same, and the only thing different is our appearance. That's what you do. That's what equality is, okay? Telling your kids that all people, whether if you're black, white, brown, yellow, whatever, we're all people. We are just human beings, and we all bleed the same color, which is red. That's what it truly means to be equal. Not telling somebody that they're above or below just because of their skin color. We are all different. We just come in different shades of color. That's fucking it. But I know it goes against the SJW culture where you want black people to feel like victims and white people to feel like attackers, even though that's not fucking true. And then finally, this slide says, try to be less white. Wow. I need to ask, have you in your life ever read something more racist than that? Somebody needs to troll them and say, try to be less black and see what happens, because the hypocrisy will be hilarious.